Hello everyone, I hope that you're having a still and peaceful day with awareness of what's going on around you and with an awareness of what is in your heart and what beautiful things you want to create and bring into the world, what you want to heal, what you want to grow, a sense of destiny and a sense of relaxment in this present moment without need for more. I'm just reading from this book. It's called Reclaim Your Soul, Your Path to Healing by Alison Quinn. And I read this bit, page 62, Drowning in Self, and it really resonated with me and I really wanted to share it. And what I ask of you, viewer, is the same thing that I've asked of myself, is to listen to and soak in every word like these words are water and you are a dry and withering plant. Or like the things you're about to hear is a fruit that will quench your soul, that will nourish your soul. Drowning in self. As the lens focuses inward, the ability to be with another diminishes. A loneliness of soul devours the heart, and one is convinced, no one feels the way I do. When I read that, I had to reflect on how many times I've thought, no one feels what I'm feeling right now. And that's a form of selfishness, because that's like assuming that I know what other people are experiencing through just me looking at myself. So that's centered on the self, and that selfishness, it's having a blindfold on to the rest of life, and that there's so many things to experience, and there's so many things inside of everyone that you can't see. And it reminds me to really get to know people before making assumptions. It teaches me to open my mind and my heart, to keep on listening, to remain curious. Alright, I'm going to get back to the book. Drowning in self. It is so easy to drown in the vortex of it all, spinning dizzyingly in self-analysis. Looking outside of oneself is becoming a formidable challenge in North American society. The self-conversations are everywhere, and they are not always conversations. When someone sees you, experiences you as just another set of open, flapping ears, willing to hear the latest splat churning around in them, that is not connecting. A connection needs to be two-way, and increasing the self is so mired that the dual connection gets lost. Sincerely connecting comes with an unbridled curiosity to peel back the layers that hide the other's interior. How many are bringing that presence to the moment? Why are so many of us slipping inside and being seduced by our latest thought, the nuance of a feeling? Why are we finding this a fascinating destination where we not only visit as is necessary, but set up a permanent encampment? The dates 2025 and 2050, with their predicted doom scenarios, are reverberating in our collective psyches. The assault can be daily, hourly, weekly, monthly. Its messages are clear regarding climate change. Unimaginable devastation and never experienced catastrophic chaos is on its way. One can dip into the collective unconscious and feel the turbulence building beneath the surface, threatening to burst through at any moment. This is not a hurricane that whips and plays sadistically with all in its path. It is also not a seismic shift of gargantuan proportions that tears down buildings in seconds, like a carefully crafted movie set. This force is like no other. It has the capacity to turn huge chunks of African and Australian moist red fertile soil into an elephant hide, parched to its core, begging for a drop that would quench the dry rasping of its last breath. It will forever change landscapes and consequently torment the animal life remaining. Patterns that have been deeply embedded in the mammalian psyche for eons will no longer be helpful to ensure a next meal. If the ice has melted, How does the polar bear get access to the seal-abundant landscapes? Recent news footage has spoken of climate change eliminating half of the world's species. That is part of the barrage that we hear. Yet another species is at risk because we have sucked oil and coal from the Earth's belly and spewed it into our ever hazier skies. So do we face the issue head-on and admit fully that our fundamental core beliefs are destructive and will destroy the only home we know? Do we acknowledge the spiritual void we have created when we not only feel empty inside, but also distance ourselves from the outside world? Can we confidently ask ourselves what the point was of that last weekend, last month, year, or decade of our existence? What did we do, think, and feel that was really critical, that contributed wholeheartedly to the Earth's mission for us as a species? Self-nurturing time is critical and vital to the wellspring of our soul and our ability to give, but we are out of balance. To know thyself is key, but that is a springboard to the bigger stuff. Somehow, most of us have found ourselves frozen on the springboard, unsure what our role may be, and if we are able to make the big leap. It's easier to go into the self. It's safe. We don't need to take the big risks or face formidable worldly fears head on. We can focus solely on those aspects of ourselves that we can bear to know, and collectively burrow our heads deeper into that inviting sand all around us. If we have moments when we feel spiritually small, there are always invitations from sources like Facebook that can puff us up like a bullfrog inflating its frame. Facebook challenges those feelings of being lonely and disconnected from what's real. It says that you have more friends than you ever imagined. It provides a forum for mock intimacy and the self-delusion of stepping out, of being real with the world, which is something I am completely guilty of. And I am recognizing in this moment at least that while it is good to be authentic, I cannot delude myself into thinking that just being authentic is my mission in life, because there are things going around me in the world that need attending to, and while I will need to bring authenticity into that, more so I will need to bring courage, creativity, love, power, resources, time, effort, patience, and see real results. In Tomorrow's God by Neale Donald Walsch, we are challenged. Even today, with all your powers of instant communication and total connection, and advanced comprehension and increased awareness and sophisticated technology, you can't produce the simple, humble experience for which humanity has yearned from the beginning of time. You can't produce peace. You can't produce lasting joy. The more you know about how to destroy yourself, I have to turn pages. The more you need to know about how to save yourself. It is time now to expand your base of knowledge of God and of life, to grow in your understanding, to increase your awareness, and to enlarge your consciousness. And I want to say here, what is it that you focus on day in, day out? What is it that takes all your attention? And ask yourself, what is this distracting you from? Is it really important? The things that you do day in and day out? To love is important. To be present is important. To give, to be in communion with nature is important. To continue to sharpen our minds, open our hearts, act in wisdom, use our creativity not with fear, not to creatively wonder how can I impress someone, but to use our creativity to solve problems, real world, real life problems that are happening. What do you do every day? What's the good of it? And what are you going to do with every day? What do you want to do with every day? Reach out to your community. Create groups. Support one another. Challenge the darkness. Don't just look away because you don't think you can face it. Challenge the darkness because I promise you that you are superior to it. The light has always been superior to the darkness. It's time to grow and heal this planet and our minds and get outside of drowning in self. I think I have to stop there because I don't think YouTube will let me upload a longer video than this. Although maybe, oh yeah, I don't think I can. Alright, thanks for being here with me. Please, if you're interested, Reclaim Your Soul, Your Path to Healing by Alyssa Quinn. I'll make a part 2, maybe I'll have to even cut this in half and add another part. Alright, namaste and good luck to you all.